Stick around to find out how you can back up all your music with Backblaze.com for less than one of those triple oat milk half sweet foam lattes with sprinkles. Unlimited cloud backup, stunningly cheap. Links are in the description. Don't lose your projects. Voting is now open for the Audio Plugin Awards nominees 2025, my awards show coming in March. Hit the link in the description to vote for your favorites, or to give me suggestions for other nominees. Alright, deep breath. Because of the amount of news, plugins, hardware, updates, rumors, drama, and deals this week, it's absolutely insane. I've dug through everything so you don't have to. I'll give you all the links I can, but if there's any doubt, just start with the Plugin Boutique link in the description. Alright, without further ado, let's get it! Warner Music Group and Suno have announced a massive partnership that basically reshapes the entire future of AI music. This deal settles their lawsuit and unifies Suno's tech with full licensing, artist permissions, and new revenue models for songwriters. When Suno launches its next-gen model in 2026, older models will be deprecated, downloads will require a paid plan, and free-tier users won't be able to export audio anymore. Suno also acquired Songkick from Warner, meaning they're building a huge ecosystem around AI creation, discovery, and live events. Between this, the Udio settlement, Stability AI deals, and Suno's new $250 million funding round, this WMG Suno deal feels like a pivot point for the music industry. It shows that rather than banning AI, major labels are willing to integrate it, as long as rights, licensing, and compensation are part of the deal. For better or worse, Suno and its peers may now become legitimate tools for creators, not just controversial AI toys. But the power will likely be concentrated. Big labels, big artists, paid subscription platforms. Independent artists, underground scenes, and open source AI experiments may get squeezed out or forced into murky zones. Bottom line, yes, I think Suno will offer licensed AI versioning of copyrighted music. And yes, that will probably change how we make music forever. Note that entities such as Denmark's Coda and Germany's GEMA continue to pursue copyright claims against Suno. Let's contrast that with a more wholesome story. SoundToys users donated $61,000 to Doctors Without Borders through sales of the Radiator plugin, and all Radiator purchases going forward will support World Central Kitchen, one of the coolest charity commitments in the plugin world. A little birdie told me Soundcraft is developing a competitor to the Behringer Wing and Allen & Heath SQ, two of the most successful digital mixers in the mid-range market. The Wing succeeds because of its large touchscreen workflow, flexible channel architecture, profile-based gain staging, huge effects engine, and great I/O ecosystem. The SQ line succeeds because of its 96K FPGA processing, super low latency, great preamps, and its tight integration with Dante and Waves. A next-gen Soundcraft console targeting this space would be huge, especially since Soundcraft hasn't released a major digital mixer update in years, and the market is hungry for a new competitor. Now, it's just a rumor, but rumors often come true. Acon Digital has released Extract Dialogue 2, a huge upgrade to their dialogue cleaning tool for post-production. Version 2 adds real-time reverb reduction, stem-based EQ, mid-side processing, a nice mixer-style layout, and next-gen AI models that reduce artifacts and keep voices sounding natural. Super low latency, and honestly one of the cleanest dialogue isolators out there. Intro price $79, regular $99.
it's difficult to say what the future holds. I think this can be sustained in its current form for a while, but I think then you have to think forwards and think, you know, do you move to a different building, or do you try and change slightly what you do here, so you involve a bit more worship, a bit more sort of prayer, and make it a little bit more like a Christian service.
Universal Audio has dropped Paradise Guitar Studio, their first fully native amp and effects suite. 11 tube amps, curated cabs and mics, a drag-and-drop signal chain, plus classic UAD gear like 1176, tape echo, and plate reverb. Over 300 presets, 0 hardware required. Intro price $149, normally $199.
So one fun thing is it has a really unique, clean sound to it. So I'm going to play a little bit of this, and you'll see where I'm using this tone stack that doesn't have the Skyline. It's the classic EQ stack. It's fairly clean, not too jangly, but just enough of a percussive hit to sound cool. So I've got it set up in here. You can see the customizable circuit. One thing I'm doing is slamming the front end. So I've got this on 10, master's pulled back a little bit, and you can see I'm on that Skyline EQ. So one fun thing is this guitar does have a nice sort of lead sound paired with that ribbon mic. So. Use that on a DI sound, and you get this really cool throwback to those sort of vintage cleans. So I got a little plate reverb and a little studio EQ to give my guitar a little pop. So it kind of sounds like this.
Ace Studio just dropped version 2.0, a huge upgrade to what was already a full AI music workstation with vocals, instrument, and a built-in DAW. The new update introduces Verse 25 powered AI voices, 140 plus singers across 8 languages with dramatically improved realism and emotional nuance. Genres expand too, with new options in rap, country, afro, and theater.
In the tone, queen of the throne, I'm in the zone. Rumors tem a luz animal, luzes que nunca se van a apagar. Heartbeat, I'm the thunder in the night. O som do meu corpo, a tempestade vai virar luz. Arrimo bello tu somme. L'amore vaga fra ripre. Music is our love, our fight, our song. We sing it loud, the way it's strong. It's the beat we all belong. Dust on my boots, dust on my soul.
They've also massively upgraded AI instruments through the new Chorus 25 engine, delivering ultra-expressive violins, viola, cellos, brass, sax, and duduk. If you don't know what a duduk is, I got news for you. You've heard it, it's used a lot in film. With detailed articulation control. I reviewed Ace Studio myself, and the AI violin absolutely blew me away, so I can't wait to hear what these instruments do. Ace Studio 2.0 also adds generative kits for instant loops and layers, improved stem splitter and vocal to MIDI, and a completely redesigned workflow called the Canvas. A drag and drop, what you see is what you hear arranger view. With turbo mode and pre-rendering making synthesis far faster, Ace Studio 2.0 feels like a major leap for anyone composing with AI. Slate Digital added new mic models for the ML1A in the Radio France expansion. The RF E20 with big proximity bass for intimate narration, and the RF7B for speech, with less low-end mud and less sibilance. Both include proximity and intensity sliders for quick tone shaping. Basically, we're looking at the Electro Voice RE20 and the Shure SM7B here. UJAM has released UFX Lo-Fi and UFX Distort, two creative effects built for speed and fun. Both have 20 engine modes, a dedicated filter, a finisher module, tons of presets, and instant randomized textures. Lo-Fi handles degradation, tape, flutter, and bit crush vibes. Distort goes from soft saturation to full meltdown fuzz. Intro price $29 each and on sale in a bundle. Kush Audio has dropped Clariphonic Mk3, a modernized take on their legendary parallel high-end EQ. It includes the new cut mode for softening upper mids, an XY hardware style control, and full metering. Intro price $129, regular $199. Goodhertz has introduced VCME, the mastering edition of the Wolf compressor, with expanded sidechain, stereo linking, and a hybrid soft clipper. List price $199, free trial available. Hofa has released Color Saturator, featuring neural modeled tape, amps, pedals, transformers, and a unique bias EQ that shapes where distortion happens across the spectrum. It can saturate only the mids of a bass or hit just the snare region of a drum loop. €129. Aurally Sound has released PRISM, a next-gen audio to MIDI engine using machine learning for extremely accurate chord and melody detection. Works via ARA. Great for guitar, piano, and phrase extraction, not to mention drum triggering. $69. Nice. Okay, guys, that's messed up. PRISM is $69. Nice. Audio third eye guru Ronald Menofarese over at AEC has released two new plugins, MLP for global level plane gain staging, and MD-E for unlimited duck expand groups or compressor style shaping. Intro price $29 each. Elctro-Harmonix has released the ABRAMS100, a 100-watt Class D solid-state amp with a 3-band EQ, presence switch, effects loop, power amp input, and onboard digital spring reverb, all at just 2.5 pounds. Street price is $299. Alpha Theta and Serato have teamed up for SLAB, the first dedicated controller for Serato Studio. Velocity pads, OLED display, touch encoders, stem controls, gesture recording, a long LED touch strip, and focus control for manipulating plugin parameters without MIDI mapping. Includes Serato Studio for free, street price $299. Zoom has announced the LiveTrak L12next, a 12-channel mixer with 32-bit float 96K SD recording, upgraded preamps with 70 dB of gain, onboard effects, 5 headphone mixes, overdub and auto punch modes, and USB interface operation. Street price $699. I would humbly ask that you subscribe to stay in tune with all the latest in pro audio news, technology, and techniques. And I'd really appreciate a like and a subscribe. It's time for the weekly top 5 bestsellers at Plugin Boutique. This week's interesting. It's mostly a shuffle of last week's top 5. Let's get it. Despite so many competitors, Trackspacer holds on in the top 5 again. Killer app, you gotta watch my video on it. Scalar 3 comes in at 4. One of the best developers out there, Soundtoy's new 5.5 version comes in at number 3. I love Yuhi Zebra and their Diva synth, it comes in at number 2. Predictably, when you put it on sale, FabFilter 4 is on sale and it's number 1. Do like I do and regularly pop into pluginboutique.com for the best plugin shopping experience. Steinberg Cubase 15.0.06 fixes Atmos stability, hub crashes, missing plugin issues, expression map inconsistencies, and improves macOS graphic performance. Looks like they're going to need a new version of whoever's typing up their sales notices. Muse Group has updated MuseScore Studio to 4.6.4 with AI-powered sung lyric playback using Cantai. Real voice models, dynamics aware, works instantly with typed lyrics. MuseScore remains free. Cantai is $14.99 a month. For those of you looking to code your own VST plugins, JUCE 8.0.11 is out with MIDI 2.0 UMP support, macOS iOS 26 improvements, updated VST3 SDK, now MIT licensed, an open source ASIO bundle, GUI rendering optimizations, and cleaner separation between audio and UI code for plugin developers. HoRNet TotalEQ MK2 updates to 2.0.6 with UI fixes, improved analyzer performance, AU validation fixes, and smoother real-time interaction. Tree DSP NN76 version 1.1.0 adds all buttons in mode, our favorite, 4 preset banks, auto gain, input trim, undo redo, crash reporting, persistent settings, and improved high DPI rendering. SPL has revealed the Venos, a flagship 120-volt tube bus compressor inspired by Fairchild-style variable bias designs, but with precision, stepped controls, diode mode switching, 6 compression modes, and tone shaping EQ curves. Price will be $5,499. See, rumors can come true. The OXI E16 is real and it's here. Back in September, YouTuber Ura dropped a cheeky preview of the OXI E16 MIDI controller in his demo of the Electron Tonwerk. The E16 garnered almost as many comments as the Tonwerk itself. Gear News reported on it at the time, and now it looks like it's actually coming out. The OXI E16 is a 16 encoder MIDI performance controller with snapshot morphing, gesture recording, macro stacks, 12 pages of controls, dual MIDI outs, Bluetooth, an LED ring UI, and smooth or detinted versions. Pre-order for €409. Waves is releasing a documentary film, How Music Got Loud, The Untold Story of the Loudness Wars. A documentary uncovering how the industry's decades-long push for louder and louder masters reshaped modern music. The film features producers and mastering engineers who lived through the era, breaking down why the loudness race began, how it affected sound quality and creativity, and how streaming-era normalization is shifting things again. It promises the clearest look yet at one of audio's most misunderstood battles. Premiering December 11th, 2025 on their YouTube channel. Purified has lost their minds. The 5420 harmonic tone engine, normally $69, nice, is on intro sale for $4.29. Yeah, $4.29. 2 harmonic engines, tape modes, THD control, and auto gain that actually works. The plus 10 dB channel strip bundle, David Bendeth's legendary compressor and EQ, is only $29 from $99. Plugin Boutique is dropping a monster holiday 2025 bundle. Over $1,800 worth of pro-grade instruments, effects, vocal tools, presets, and sample packs for just $69. Nice! What's with $69 this month? This limited bundle pulls from industry-leading brands like Native Instruments, Isotope, Brainworks, Minimal Audio, Acon Digital, and Baby Audio, giving you everything from powerhouse synths to precision mix tools and cinematic sound design engines. Whether you're producing EDM, scoring film, or refining a radio-ready mix, this collection delivers instant inspiration and serious studio firepower at an unreal holiday price. Merry Christmas. Indie Spotlight on the PullOver MixFader. The PullOver MixFader is one of the most unconventional and genuinely innovative mixing concepts to hit the indie plugin world in a while. Instead of treating your DAW's faders as independent controls, PullOver turns every channel into an interconnected, headroom-preserving ecosystem. When you push a fader past Unity, the plugin automatically lowers all the other faders in the group, maintaining total headroom while instantly shifting the balance of the mix. It's like mixing on a console where the faders talk to each other. You simply insert PullOver on every channel, set your DAW's faders to 0, assign groups, and start mixing entirely inside PullOver. Want a vocal up by 2 dB? Push the PullOver fader above Unity and the whole mix flexes around it. No clipping, no headroom anxiety, no endless balancing tweaks. PullOver also supports single channel, subgroup, and master fader modes, letting it sculpt levels globally or locally with one unified behavior. It even works with the mouse wheel for ultra-precise control. Because the system is always adjusting relative levels instead of absolute gain, you end up mixing more musically and less technically, focusing on what should feel louder rather than chasing gain staging issues. It's a workflow reshaping tool. By removing the ceiling, literally, it forces the mix to adapt to your creative moves in real time. If you've ever wished your DAW could mix with you instead of against you, PullOver MixFader is one of the wildest, most interesting ideas to try, especially because it's completely free. This is a single indie developer, so head over there, show them some love, try it out. This is one of the reasons I love Plugin Boutique. Plugin Boutique has put together one of the most useful and comprehensive free plugin roundups on the internet, called Free VST Plugins You Should Actually Get. It's a surprisingly comprehensive guide that goes way beyond the usual clickbait lists, focusing only on plugins that are genuinely worth using in real projects. Everything's clearly organized by category, from synths to effects to mixing tools and utility plugins, and they even include an all-in-one download bundle with over 50 solid freebies. It's the kind of resource you'd expect from a blog or forum thread, not a retailer, which makes it even cooler that Plugin Boutique is the one doing it. It's also a reminder why so many producers buy through PIB in the first place. You get verified downloads, reliable licensing, actual customer support, and a library that tells you when it's time to update, and exclusive deals. Plus the occasional bundle deal or loyalty bonus that makes you feel slightly less guilty about your plugin habit. A retailer building trust by promoting free tools? That's good business and pretty rare in this space. If I just keep talking about plugins and QR codes for plugins, I'm going to start sounding like a salesman at Guitar Center. This one's about something way less sexy but way more important to audio professionals: backups. A few years ago in my project studio, my main platter drive just gave up the ghost right while I was shuffling backup drives to make room for audio samples. Perfect timing, right? I lost every single project I was working on in my home studio, and worse, the sinking feeling of knowing I'd have to tell professional clients I'd lost their work. It was brutal. Sure, maybe the drive could have been recovered, but the data recovery quote was $1,200. Or, for less than one of those triple oat milk half sweet foam lattes with sprinkles, I could have had all of it safe in the cloud. Oh. That's why I use Backblaze.com now. Unlimited backup, totally automatic, and it just works. No weird bloat, no demons, chomping CPU, just simple set and forget protection. For us engineers, it's peace of mind, and if you're wrangling corporate level chaos, Backblaze Business has you covered too. QR codes on screen, grab the free trial with my affiliate link, and don't let one hard drive ruin your music again.